So sorry this is not an official unboxing because I've already unboxed it. I got this from Amazon, Intelligent Planter, and it comes with a whole lot of great stuff. So basically I assembled the top, I hooked in the, there's a pump. This is a deep water system. If you like the Kratky method, you just have to modify things. Just disconnect this and take the pump out, and you wouldn't be able to use the fan, which is fine. Well, you might be able to use the fan still, but you can't use the, I'm not sure, I didn't test it out. Let's test it. So let me take the pump out and press the button here and see if it works. The fan does, yeah, the fan still works. But the fan and the pump, when that light is on, they turn on together. But I suppose if you don't want the pump and you want to use kind of more of a Kratky method with this, you could. You just have to make sure the water level is lower. But I'm going to go ahead and use it as instructed, and maybe the next time I'll do something different. So what I did was I planted them in rows. The first and the third row is Butter Crunch. I have Melville red leaf lettuce coming. It's not here yet, so I haven't sown it. But there's a little thing here. Actually, I got two. Yay! And this one, I got super spinach. No, sorry, space spinach. And I have baby pak choi. And so in the first and third rows is the spinach, and the baby pak choi is the second and fourth row. It's really cool. You can just put your nutrients in here. I went ahead, this doesn't look the best. This one looks a little bit better. But I just made, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4 liter marks that are already in here. It's just kind of hard to see, so I got a blue Sharpie so that I could see it. I'm taking advantage of the light that's here, making a little dome for this. This is actually like a big silicone ice tray. And so I'm gonna put this in those containers for a Kratky method. And let's see here. It comes with this, so you can add your nutrients. It comes with, or water to do the fill hole. It comes with a bunch of these different colors, so you can mark whatever it is that you have in here, which is really cool. I guess it's pretty cool because I guess you can either put them in the hole in front or the hole behind. It's pretty nice. That allows you to do that. For $95 on Amazon, not bad. I got some of my seeds through Pine Trees. Some I got from, I think the Melville I got from Amazon. And I just got them from different places online. Some of the things I'm taking out are things that I'm going to be using for the Kratky method tomatoes. These are larger than the ones that come in this container. I decided, even though they tell you to always sow at least 2 per pod and thin it out, I don't want to thin it out. So I'm just putting in 1 per pod and see what happens. And if it doesn't grow, I'll just sow another one. I just don't want to weed things out. I just don't want to, I can wait. It's not a big deal. We're not going to be eating everything at one time. So if it doesn't pop up at once, not a big deal to me. It comes with 2 of these. Each box comes with 2 of these, so you can sow twice. I would imagine you can get rock wool, or you can get this rapid rooter and cut it in half and put it down in these. This is what also came with it. Oh, sorry. It came with its own, what do you call these? Soilless Pods. It came with its own. It came with 20, each one came with 24. This holds up to 12. Each came with 24, so that allows me to sow twice with these pods. So as you see, I have another one. It comes with this. This is what you dig the hole. Even though there's already, it's probably kind of hard to see it. There's already, can you see that? There's already a divot in there, but to put it beneath the soil line, I just, dug a little deeper with this and put the seed inside. I actually have to figure that out because I'm like, it's just sitting on top, and what seed sits on top of any soil? Even though this is a soilless medium, I mean, like, what seed ever sits on top? So I was like, oh, that's what this is for. Are there directions? Yes. Am I following them? Probably not. I think I missed that part. My husband's laughing at me. I did actually, I like to assemble things without directions, and then I go back and look at the directions when I get stuck. It's just fun to me. But I did go back and look. I think I just missed something. So that it's really cool. Here's the top view. So there are instructions. So this is cool. And it shows you how to assemble everything. It shows you what everything is for. So I really love all of these things. The Grow Dome for me doesn't look exactly like this. It looks like this, which is fine. It serves its purpose and it does the same thing. There's a water pump that's inside here. Let's see. Now I got a little scared, and this light post that you see, it's right here. You just stick it in. It's extremely easy. I really was able to just look at the picture and figure it out. But one thing I didn't do, so it's a deep water culture here. That's the pump. And I was a little nervous because I turned on the fan and the pump before there was water in it. And I thought that the horrible screeching sound I was hearing was coming from the pump, and it actually wasn't. It was coming from, sorry, I thought it was coming from the fan, but it was actually coming from the pump. There's no water in it. And I played around with it and realized, oh, both of them sound horrible. I'm gonna have to take it back. And I've been wanting to do this. And my husband's like, well, I'll take it back, honey. And I was like, well, no. The Arrow Garden that I saw, it was $50 more, and you only can sow half the amount of produce. And I'll just use this as a Kratky method, which you can still do. You can still use this as Kratky, and then the Kratky method, so it'll still develop air roots and all that. You just don't fill it all the way up once it sprouts, and just make sure that it has the water is able to, it can reach the roots. And you have to look up the Kratky method. And I was just going to take the pump out, and you can still do that with this. If you really don't want to worry about it, you don't have to. Here's a cool thing, but if you want to do the deep water culture, and I want to do this the way it was designed, although again, this is perfect for Kratky too, if you want to just disconnect the pump and just use the light, which, sorry, there's the light. Now the fan is to help with air circulation and pollination. I probably would not depend on that. I probably would use a toothbrush for turn around, baby, for the, what do you call it? The, for pollinating tomatoes or something like that. There's a electric toothbrush method, or if you want to take the flowers and pollinate it, hand pollinate it, you can still do that. So this is pretty cool. When you hit this button, make sure, well, let me first show you this. When you turn it off, you need to power it on. You can still power it on even if this isn't pressed. You select which light you want. This is vegetables. Or if you have fruiting or flowers, fruit to flowers would be this button. Sorry, I'm just not pressing it in the right place. I have it on vegetables for right now because these are all greens. But if you want to turn the fan on, there's a nice fan. You can see my hand here. And then under here, you will see a little bubbling brook happening. That's yeah. So what I did was, and you don't need that while it's, while it's sprouting. You don't need the fan and all that, or the circulation in the water. I just want to keep these spongy, soilless, medium wet. Now what I did was I soaked them in water first and squeezed it just to get the air out and to get more water and moisture into it. And then, dig the hole and sow your seed in it. And pop it in. Actually, I already had it in here, and then I did all that, put the hole in and pop the seed in. And I did this. And now we wait for days, for about a week. And as soon as it begins to, it says that as soon as it touches the top of the dome. Now this dome is higher than the one, it appears to be higher than the one that's listed here. So I'm probably gonna wait until it's about, halfway up, and then I will take it off. Now this is something, it's a water port cover. Here's where it is. It looks big in the picture, right? So I really don't know how tall this is supposed to be. Maybe I will wait until it touches the top like they asked. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. But this right here is pretty cool. it won't be pretty cool. It is what it is. It looks big, but it's not. It's actually pretty tiny. I'll see if I can find the other one. Here it is. And here's the packet it comes with. I only needed one. I have 2 of these. I only need to open one. But it comes with tweezers or whatever that is. And honestly, I'm not sure what that's for. It doesn't say. It's not really listed over here. So I don't know what it's for, but hey, doesn't matter. But yeah, I think it wants me to put the nutrients in. I'll have to read this again, and if I do need to put nutrients in, I'll do it today. But I don't know if you have to until it sprouts, but I'll just read it real quick. Just, you know, directions are important. But this right here, I'm just letting you know, it just basically plugs up the back. And you don't want to mess with that when it's full, because then your water ends up all over the counter. So yeah, but if you want to drain it, you can drain it that way. Just hold it over the sink and drain it out. And so that's the name of the one that I have, is Moistenland. I think it's just rebranded from other ones that I've seen online. I found this on Amazon because, you know, Amazon and all things has all things pretty much. And that's it. So I'll tell you guys what happens when things begin to grow and do things and all that. See you later.